All right, so we're looking for a drink for Dan. Now, I know Dan, I know you're prime to Logan Paul, but I'm thinking, dude, I'm thinking this right here. Honestly, this low carb. You don't like rice,
What
right?
is this?
Dude, liquid nitro. It's all herbal.
Dom likes fruity shit. Like, this is some real trash. Alright, we're going frozen bombsicle.
I'll just have a couple bites. This would be cool. Y'all gotta eat, you know. Dog gotta eat. This one might be leaking. Be careful.
Should we open these up?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, liquid nitro, herbal. I wonder if this is the same as liquid death.
Performance energy, sport and fitness. This is what I need here.
Ah, it's all yellow looking.
Frozen bombsicle. It's a bombsicle for a domsicle.
Ah.
How bad is that? I didn't get you a good one? They got the little, come on, they got the Tekken on the back. Don't that look like Tekken a little?
Just knowing that I'm drinking something that's yellow, it's kind of weird to me. This is like, tastes like, it's a very candy taste.
Yeah, this is a very candy taste too. 0 sugars though.
Yeah. What else is in it? It's like, what, B6 or something?
It's got, this taste reminds me of something.
Sucralose, fumaric acid, benzoate.
I got niacin, dude.
Riboflavin.
What? You know what niacin is? That's that numbing thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's lidocaine. I don't know what niacin is.
I think niacin's one of the good ones. No aftertaste, crash, or jitters.
There's no nothing. Actually, everything's 0. It's got vitamin B12.
Everything is 0, 0, 0, and then one thing is like 4,000%.
Here goes the ingredients. This is carbonated water, carnosine, Bella Airlon, L-sertraline, malic acid. I can't read none of this. Beta power,
Yep.
Belatin, andros, citric acid, potassium sulfate.
Some of the white man's magic.
Yep. Obviously caffeine.
Got taurine.
Potassium's in everything nowadays.
It's crazy to me that there's some people that like, this is like their daily thing. Where it's like some people, even you see them and like getting on the train at like 8 in the morning. And they're already cracking one of these open.
Oh, dude, I had a buddy was doing that. I knew I was worried about one of my best friends. We were detailing together, and he would have 2 of them. He'd be running over. He'd probably have 6 a day, 2 just in the morning. And remember, they had the big ones.
Yeah.
It was a big thing for a while. Anyways, he ended up messing up his stomach. He had to go to a doctor, get on pills for it. He had to quit. So he don't mess with him no more.
Wow.
He said he was getting that tick in his neck.
That first 2 days must have been brutal.
I don't notice that much energy from him. I got on the 5-hour energies before.
Yeah.
That kind of gives you a little shot.
That's quick though.
Yeah.
This is like it is a tall boy of whatever the fuck this is.
But why doesn't it tell you how much caffeine's in it?
It's in there on small.
Oh.
Yeah.
200
says
milligrams.
Yeah. Mine's 80 milligrams plus 1,000 of something else. Taurine. I think most of the stuff that kicks is like the B6, B3 stuff.
Yeah. Isn't that the same stuff that's in broccoli?
Yeah.
C4 energy you can feel.
It's funny they say jitters. I'm already jittery.
You know, where's the marketing in this? I guess just C4.
Yeah, performance energy. This is like I think The Rock.
What was? Oh, you know what I was thinking of? Rockstar was one of the big ones, but that was a green Monster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one everybody was doing.
Monster was like that's like white trash Rockstar.
Yeah, they had the special lid. I think my brother likes Monsters. He watches the pod. You gotta look out.
Monster is like for like, yeah. Well, it's guys like your brother who like play Call of Duty for 7 hours a night. Yeah.
Now you know my brother hasn't been into video games that much anymore, but he would drink a bunch of them and get into some stuff editing. You should see he made a comic book, bro.
Get into some crazy ideas. Start watching some YouTube documentaries. This is for like what? This is like truckers, right?
Yeah.
Long haul truckers.
Yeah. People that change oil.
You're driving for Walmart. Yeah.
You know, you got that R6 motorcycle, pulled back hair. You got that baby.
What's funny though is for me, this stuff makes me shaky.
Already?
So in my mind, if I was having to do oil changes or anything physical, it's like I wouldn't want my hands to be all
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be spilling oil everywhere.
Plus, you know, you're pretty careful about what you put in your body. So I know when I used to be like that, I noticed the difference.
Ah, yeah. Once you
know.
start getting B10 in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7,000 milligrams. This is actually for fat people that are lazy like me.
Uh,
Because my body ain't going to really feel much of it. I'll probably drink this, I don't know, pace around my room, worry.
wow. You got back last night, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you go to sleep when you got
I
back?
slept on the plane. It was weird hours. I slept on the bus, slept in the airport. I was in the airport for like 10 hours. Yeah, I slept on the plane. You know, they said I could have upgraded my flight for $75. I should have just did it. I need to quit being cheap.
This was
man.
coming back from Hawaii?
Coming back from Long Beach.
Oh, wow. Like cross country, you waited 10 hours in the airport,
Real close
then went
to
cross
it.
country?
Well, the flight was delayed. It was only supposed to be about 7-hour wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, dude. Then I went across the country, and then they went the long way because they're like, "Hey guys, there's a little bit of traffic up here. We're gonna add an hour on the flight, dude." I'm like,
Oh, my
"What,
God.
dude? It was like 7 hours to fly across the country.
They tell you that once you're already in the air?
We've been in the air for 4 hours.
Wow.
They're like, we gotta make a curvature."
So on the way, you went to Hawaii from here. That was, what, 11 hours?
Yeah, but you know, it wasn't a real 11 because we were on the runway. We're boarding, then you land in Hawaii. There's only a couple gates. We were in Hilo, not a big airport. We had to wait on the plane for a while.
So gate to gate, how much you talking?
About 12 and a half.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So what do you even like? Because I know you're not a reader.
No, I just paced around a lot.
But I mean, you can't even move. What do you even do in the seat?
Oh, no, I get up. And sometimes I'll be like, "Sir, the seatbelt." I tell them, I go, "Look, my ankles are golded." They don't know
Wow.
what it is. And it works.
Your ankles are what?
I'll just say golded. I'll tell them my ankles
You just
are,
made up a...
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandfather used to say it.
But what's it even like supposed to mean? It's
I
like they're
don't
like
know.
your ankles are swollen?
I guess they just hurt, but they do swell up. They start hurting.
It would be so funny if they said, "Okay, define that." The guy just did, flight attendant pulls out a dictionary. It's like, I don't know.
Dude, you
This guy
have
didn't go to school.
You have to walk around on them long flights or else you're done for a week.
Wow.
Because then I'm going somewhere where everything's high in salt.
Yeah.
You know, that cruise ship, can you imagine? Everything's fried. 20 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams of salt.
Wow. So you're just like, I mean, 11, 12 hours on the plane, you're just watching movies the whole time, or you're staring out into
I had
space?
no headphones on this one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then their card machine wasn't working. I couldn't even buy the headphones.
Wow.
So I did 11 hours, no movie at all.
Whoa.
Yep.
Just cold.
No nothing either.
Just
Yep.
no books, no nothing.
I was going crazy. You know,
just
I
staring
turned
forward into the
TV with no sound. I just watched
wow.
TV with no sound.
Yeah, I got a pretty sad text from you at one point.
Yeah. I was rocking. I started rocking back. And then that wasn't just to Hawaii, dude.
Oh.
That was actually, matter of fact. So we did fly into a big airport. I had to get on another plane right after, then fly to Hilo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you fly into what?
Honolulu, probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oahu or something, yeah.
So, and then they were like, "Yeah, you got to fly into Hilo." And, dude, we get on that plane finally. And I'm like, "Oh, how long's the flight? Like 20 minutes? He goes, "About an hour 20. I'm like, how's that even possible?
Wow.
You know?
Well, if that was your only flight, that would be nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like after you've already been, anything you got to do after you get off the long flight. I mean, they tell you got to get in a van for a while. That's torture.
Yeah, I was on the plane for 12 and a half. Then I go right to the other airport. I was there for 3.5 hours, and then I flew that hour and a half.
I cannot imagine. I mean, like, I'm pretty good with, like, keeping myself busy in terms of, like, books. I'll draw, I'll write.
Yeah.
I'll have, like, something going. I can't imagine you doing anything for 12 hours, not doing anything for 12 hours.
Yeah, I just looked at the TV,
That is
thought
insane.
about my girlfriend, my ex.
That's just
all sad.
wow.
It felt like the longest flight ever.
No food, nothing?
The second flight, did they give us food? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, they gave us some, like, some bullshit I couldn't even eat. Dude, I was rocking back and forth. It was supposed to be, like, chicken pesto. I have no clue what it was. It was terrible. The second flight, I was rocking back and forth. I know I can't do it, dude. These 15, 16-hour flights with a connection make me crazy.
Wow. Well, I mean, like, like I told you in the text, it's like you picked that is the longest possible flight.
Yeah.
Doing comedy
And I thought about that a lot.
domestically, it's like literally any other flight in comedy is going to be easier than that.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean,
the gig itself, too, was like 8 days.
Yeah.
So you'll never really do that.
I mean, there are comics that go to Australia or something, but that's not like a regular thing. That's like a once a year gig or something. But flying from New York City to Hawaii, it's like that is literally the other side of the earth.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be one of these guys that's always going to Australia. Nothing against it, but I just wouldn't do it for the flight. I'd have to get paid an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that's like a once every couple of years.
Yeah.
And you get paid crazy money. And you fly like a nice, first class or something.
I want to be hitting Texas, Chicago,
Even in Australia,
Utah.
I think it's like 18 hours, 16 hours.
No, I wouldn't even
You've
know.
done that, but you've done that before already.
I haven't did Australia, but I've done.
But you've done that length of flight, basically.
I did a long flight. I think I did Iceland to Rome.
Yeah,
Straight
and with
through.
the layovers too.
Oh yeah, when you count the layovers, dude, I had 36 hours one time. I didn't know they book it. It's a computer, and I don't ever read my emails. They send me emails. I'm not reading them.
Yeah.
I need to start because evidently my first year of doing this, I had no clue that it just automatically books the cheapest flight. And so when you're supposed to check your flight like 30 days in advance. Sometimes I get them last minute, so I don't even get my flights till like 2 days before. But yeah, dude, because I had that 36 hours to get to Alaska.
Oh my
god! And they were like, "Oh yeah," they were like, "You should have called us." I had the same thing through DR one night. They had me overnight in the airport, no hotel, just sleeping. And they're like, "Yeah, you should have called us." One of the stupidest ones I did was this one. I couldn't believe I did when I very first started. It was like I want to say it was like New York to like Atlanta to like L.A. to Lisbon. Back over the country.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you don't realize till you're looking at a map.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, why am I going left to go right?
Yeah, I never even thought I could. I never thought I could message my agent and be like, "Hey, this is a mistake." And they fix it like it's no problem.
Oh wow! Yeah, you know which ocean I'm flying over, and
yeah. Yeah, do you know? I was like, and you gotta be polite about it too. Like me, I'm desperate. I'm trying to get the work a little, and I'm like, I don't want to make complaints. I'm new with this corporate gig. I'm like, I don't know. Is this correct?
Yeah,
you know,
I was just wondering. Los Angeles is over there, and then Europe is the other way. But
and they're saving like $10.
Wow, just knowing too, it's crazy because like. I would assume that someone like you would have picked up a hobby of like knitting or something by now, but I don't think you've done it.
No, I just don't.
It's been a lot of John Wick.
Yeah, I watched all the John Wicks. The Executioner, I watched that with no sound. That's a good one with no sound.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of good movies with no sound if you pay attention.
Fast and the Furious?
No sound. I haven't seen
Fast
that one.
7. Yeah. Well, now it's like when you get on the United flight or Delta flights, it's like Fast 5 through 10.
You see, now they're throwing the short movies on the flights.
Yeah,
I got tricked, dude. I was sucked into this movie. It ended. It was 4 minutes long. Best beginning I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
It was in the Bronx, in my old neighborhood, South Bronx.
Oh, wow. So you're just like raw dogging it for 12 hours.
Well, now
you're
I bring headphones, watch movies.
You're going in Europe. But I mean, like this last flight when you had no headphones. Are you you're in your head telling yourself stories and reminiscing about old times?
I was saying a whole bunch of, damn, shit. Dude, people knew I was frustrated.
Because everybody else on the plane, they're going on their honeymoon or something.
Yeah.
Right, to Hawaii.
I had headphones. I downloaded music.
Yeah.
So that saved me a little, just rocking back and forth. Sometimes you get a buddy on the plane, though. Like, I'll meet a cool girl one night. One time I met this girl. We talked all the way to Paris. It went by like that.
Wow.
Fast.
I've never talked to anybody on an airplane before.
Sometimes you get those talkative ones.
Getting on an airplane for me, it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Same thing where it's like this is all individual worlds.
Yeah, I had one dude, and I was sick when I had it. And I was mad. I was tired. And, dude, I was really actually sick, blowing my nose like crazy.
Yeah.
And this dude and his wife, they wanted a window seat. So I had the aisle to myself.
Oh, no.
And then he asked the girl, hey, can we sit there? I'm like, bruh. And it was one of the ones where the armrests go up. And it was a long flight. And this dude sits there. And he's like, hey, the dude in the middle gets the armrest. You got to know flight etiquette.
Wow.
I'm thinking, bro, you're going to talk to me about flight etiquette?
Yeah.
And then I blew my nose. And then he told me, he goes, hey, man, your snot just went on me. Did you do that on purpose? I know it didn't go on him.
Wow.
It's like, dude, you got the tissue in front of your face. He had the lady come over. He's like, yeah, this kid's blowing snot on me. She's like, are you blowing? Because I expressed that I was mad they were sitting next to me. So I looked like a snot blower now to the girl.
Yeah, knowing you, I'm thinking maybe subconsciously it might have just happened. And then you were just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
I'm blowing my nose. You're right there. You know.
I didn't have a tissue.
Yeah, you're in the danger zone, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I had, I was so excited because I got the aisle seat and it's just like an old lady sitting next to me. And then like the window seat's empty. So like we're waiting. People are coming on the plane. I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Door closes. Window seat's still empty. I'm just like looking over at this old Chinese lady. She doesn't move the entire flight.
Wow.
We could have had a totally empty seat between us.
And she just sat next to you.
She just sat next to me the whole time.
She don't want to break the rules.
Yeah, man, that's the Asian culture right there.
Yeah, it is, in a nutshell.
It was a cross-country flight.
She was worried she was going to get in that manifest. I hate when, I hate the middle, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I also don't really like the aisle because you get the male flight stewards always want to rub their junk on you. How often do you run into that?
Well, you get the drink tray. You get whacked.
They don't say excuse me.
Yeah.
They want to hit you.
I'd prefer that, though, compared to the window seat in terms of having to ask people to stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a long one for sure because you do got to get up.
Yeah.
I've been blessed with some easy ones though, honestly, so it's probably why I didn't develop a habit. A lot of these are red eyes and I just sleep on them. Like they're 10-hour, 12-hour flights with 7 people on them, a 200-person jet.
Really?
It's so I don't know how the airline pulls it off.
Wow.
I mean, maybe
I guess
I'm exaggerating.
the way back or something.
Yeah, but maybe 7. The one time I was on one, it was one of the 3 rowers, you know? I think there were 17 people on it.
Wow.
To Dover, to the UK.
Oh, my God.
I'm going back to Dover, going back to Rome. I'm going to Greece. I'm going some spots at least. Got some cool ones coming up.
Back to Belize?
Yeah, Belize, going there. Belize Navidad.
Yeah, you could try to solve this immigration crisis we're having.
Well, the way they do Belize is that, I got a way to help nobody wants to be homeless. And I learned something today when I was doing laundry. The new thing is hang out at the 24-hour laundromat, sleep there, be nice, bring the girl some peaches. I seen the guy. Dude, you could obviously tell he was a guy that probably, he's looking for somewhere to stay, couldn't get the hotel.
Ah, yeah, just show up there, play a little Candy Crush.
Yeah, he was just sitting there sleeping. I did all my laundry.
Oh, wow.
She's like, it's okay. She told me this. She goes, he's one of the nice ones. She said, he brings me peaches.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, I never thought about that.
Every culture has some sort of fruit that that's always exotic to them. It's just like, well, it's like sometimes you see like French tourists in the city and they're all taking pictures of a squirrel. And it's like, to them, this is like a big event.
Yeah.
We don't really think about it, but you got to figure out. You bring some dragon fruit.
I remember people would come
Persimmons.
here when I was a tour guide. And they'd want to see the black squirrels in the Bronx. The Bronx and Ohio, where I'm from, has black squirrels. You don't see them over here, though, do you?
You see them in the park. Yeah.
I've only seen them
the real
in the
dirty
Bronx.
looking ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see them in the Bronx and Ohio. I can't figure out why it's those 2 places.
Well, I guess it's just like if you were in Thailand and they got monkeys everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's freaking out because there's monkeys, but the locals are just like kicking the monkeys out of the way. Like
it was like that in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And those monkeys will run down there, and you're not fighting them, dude. They'll take your glasses, and you just lost your glasses.
It's a real nuisance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen them. There's one a little bit smaller than me over there.
Wow.
They'll sit up there like they're for real. They control the Rock of Gibraltar.
Wow.
And they say, hey, don't leave nothing out. They'll unzip your book bag, hop on your back.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Those smart monkeys out there.
Yeah, over in India, too. But you can get rabies over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably get rabies in Gibraltar, but nobody's really warning you about it.
Yeah. I mean, you get got.
I'll tell you what, that would have been the best Van Damme movie, him going over to Gibraltar and fighting the monkeys on the Rock of Gibraltar.
That's like a classic 80s plot right there.
Yeah, that would have been a flick.
One of the
right
monkeys
there.
stole his glasses.
Or killed his brother, you know.
at the end of the movie, he's got to get back his brother's glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could totally
Oh
see
man,
that.
did you see Carl Weathers died?
Oh yeah,
Rest
what
in
a
peace.
bummer, man. Yeah.
When I was in college, went to college. I was in L.A. Santa Monica. I got the job at that coffee shop that I worked at forever. Like one of the first months I was there, Carl Weathers comes in. I was like 18 years old, and this was like internet was around, but it wasn't like he wasn't like the big meme thing.
Yeah.
This is pre Arrested Development and everything. But I was just freaking out. I remember telling everybody in there, it's Apollo Creed. That's the guy.
Yeah.
The Happy Gilmore and everything.
Yeah.
And then I was so excited. I remember I talked to him about it. I shook his hand. He was
Wow.
nice guy.
Chubbs.
And then a week later, he comes in again. He lives turns out he lives down the street. So for 2 years, I saw Carl Weathers every week.
Did you get the pic with him?
This was before cell phone cameras and everything. But it was just it was so funny because the first week, I'm so excited. I'm telling all my coworkers, it's it's Apollo Creed. The second week, I'm just as excited.
Wow.
The entire time I worked there for years, I was always that's Carl Weathers.
That is cool.
By the end, my coworkers are like, yeah, it's fucking Carl Weathers. Who cares?
Man, that's
it's always
wild.
exciting. Yeah. One time he left his wallet.
Oh, damn.
I found his wallet, and I was like, oh, I know who this is. I handed it back to him. Great guy.
Wow, dude.
I think that was he was in his between years too.
Because he had that Terminator movie he did too. Remember?
Well, he
that in
did
the
Predator.
woods?
He did Predator. He did the Adam Sandler movie. He did Rocky and everything. But there was a gap of 10 years when he was just doing bit parts. Because eventually he came back. He played himself on Arrested Development for a couple episodes, and he was doing little walk-on roles. But I think I caught him when he was still sort of in the in-between years.
Who's one living celebrity that you'd love to meet now?
It's got to be Stallone.
Oh yeah, dude. Stallone would be wild, dude.
I'm sure everywhere he goes, that is that's the one that everybody remembers. I think
that would be crazy to me.
Because Carl Weathers is I know who Carl Weathers is, and I have to point him out. But Stallone walks into a room, it's
right.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'd say Stallone too. I didn't realize you're that big of a Rocky fan. That's why we get along so good.
I think this is just the age we're at. I mean, I think everybody was just because Rocky came out. It was already a TV movie by the time we kind of got old enough to watch movies.
It was on all the time.
Yeah, you would just watch Rocky. It would be they would never play him in order either.
Right.
You would see Rocky 4 and then 3 and then
You need to see, but it'd be 2.5 hours long too because of commercials.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I watched Rocky 5 in 20-minute increments over 10 years.
They have 3 on the plane.
Yeah. I remember Rocky 2 was always the one that people forget about.
Yeah.
It's just basically a rehash of the first one.
It is. I think the first one to me might be the best one actually.
Well, the first one is a legit good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones gets more and more crazy.
Everybody that meets Stallone, it's so funny how they don't even care anything. They'll just tell you how short he is. It's dude, this is one of the greatest actors ever.
Fucking respect.
And they always, I know he's not that short. They're like, dude, he's this big. And it was bro, not there.
He's at least 5'7".
Yeah, we would know if he was 3 feet tall. You would see it. I'm telling you, it's boots. He's this big.
Well, I think when you see when he stands next to Apollo. Apollo's probably got 2-3 inches on him.
Well, I don't know how tall was Apollo.
That's the thing. But I mean, when you watch the movies and they're standing next to each other in the ring, I don't think there was that much trickery going on. Yeah. Carl Weathers is 6'2".
Wow.
Yeah, that was a pretty big dude.
Dude, people that met Stallone, they tell me they're dude, he's 5 foot even.
Wow. That's why his head looks so big.
They say that about De Niro too.
Yeah, De Niro, I kind of believe.
Yeah,
because he kind of he carries himself a little bit like that. But Stallone, that would be crazy. I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah, there's no way, dude.
Yeah.
He's got to be jacked.
Wait, if you got your present, you got to open, right?
Man, yeah. I'm very excited about this right here.
Wait, hold on. You got to block the address.
Okay, here we go. So, my first best friend ever, actually, got me this gift. His name's Mitch. I don't know his last name, but Mitchy boy.
That was your best friend?
He does tattoos. Well, we couldn't talk for years, and I'll tell you why. Should I tell the story before I open it?
Yeah.
So, anyways, we couldn't talk for years. He was my best friend, came over every day.
Yeah.
My mother was friends with his mother. They lived up the street.
Yeah.
And, oh, yeah, there you go. So, anyways, when we were kids, every single day we'd hang out. We'd have our white. We used to wear white T-shirts and blue jeans in kindergarten and just talk about the fights our dad was in. We'd repeat the stories. Yeah, my dad, he knocked him out, and I'd be, oh yeah, my dad told me your dad knocked him out. And we were just cool.
Wow.
Small neighborhood. And then one day he fell off a bridge in the park, and my mother's wouldn't let me hang out with him anymore.
Huh.
He fell like 140 feet off a bridge and lived. It was all over the news and everything.
He fell into like the river or something?
On some rocks.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, tough kid. And then my mother like wouldn't let me hang out with him. And, you know, I asked her years later. I never knew why. I didn't know that's why it was.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Cuz you can't have you know." She's like, "You're a follower," and he jumped off a bridge.
Wow!
Real. Like she thought I would do it or something.
Well, I kind of get the logic of that, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. There's shoes. Oh, let's see some unisexes. Oh, dude, this is cool. Reeboks. See, that's best friend. What do I got over there right now? Reeboks. I didn't even.
You like the wide shoes?
Yep, dude. Yeah. This is how you know it's a best friend.
Oh, watch the address.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
Keep that, yeah.
Here we go. Oh, dude. Reebok's my favorite shoes. I'm going to lose it right now. Any Reebok? First off, let me say any Reebok is a good Reebok. But the fact I didn't mention I wear Reeboks.
You got some leathers?
And this dude said it. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. I'm excited, man. Ooh. Oh, these are nice, man.
Wow, the black on black.
Yeah, and I haven't had the black. They got the gummy bottoms, and I've been wearing all black, too. I got the white ones already.
Wow.
I could
Classics.
switch it up, black and white with the gummies. Come on, you give me some Dickies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's cool. Mitchie boy, thank you, man. Mitchie boy on Instagram. Dude's a sweet tattoo artist, too.
He just sent you shoes?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, that's what best friends do.
He called you to tell you he was sending you something?
Yeah, he's like, what's your address?
Wow.
And then, boom. He was like, I can't have my boy out here not looking fresh.
When I was growing up, they would call these Mexican shoes.
Oh, yeah, dude. These still are Mexican shoes.
These are what like the Mexican like gangbangers would wear.
And then you know how they stand? They'll stand like this. You ever see them? I'm always out in L.A., dude. I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
They stand like that for real. They put their feet like...
Yeah. Well, it's like you do that and you hold your arms out like this. You say, hey.
Over there, over there in like L.A., it's about how high your socks go up.
Hey, where you from?
These are fresh.
Wow.
The higher the socks, the badder the fool.
Oh, yeah, right.
Know? Dude,
some
look
high
at these
socks,
bad
get a low rider.
boys. Oh, perfect time of the year for these things, too.
Wow.
I'm excited, man.
Try them on.
Oh, yeah, I want to. I'm about to go to get some Dickies. I don't know what to rock with these, actually. I guess some black pants. I don't know fashion. People are always telling me, like, dude, you know.
You got to wear some, you wear some Dickies. You get a white T-shirt. Black shoes go good with anything, though. I mean, white shirt, black.
I got black jeans, but I think some black pants.
Get a wife beater and a big white tee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm going to have to lace them, but these bad boys are nice. Ooh, I never had the black ones. I love the fact they're leather, too.
Wow.
The little Reebok, the gummy bottoms.
Yep, you're going to get a nice Mexican girl with those.
Yeah, go check out. And I think I got one, too. I met her recently. Yeah, Texas girl. So one of the real ones, you know.
Oh, yeah. Daddy likes.
Yeah. Yo, thank you, Mitch, man, from the bottom of my heart, man.
Yeah,
best friend
shout out
love.
to Mitch.
We rehashed.
Wow.
You know.
So wait, he fell off the bridge and you guys couldn't hang out anymore?
Yeah. I never knew why, actually.
And then
he found me on IG like a few months ago.
Wow, so you guys didn't talk for that long?
Yeah, he told me he popped into my house one time, and I didn't remember him. I'm thinking, you know, my cousin looks like me, and he lived there. I'm thinking it had to have been my cousin Leo that had seen him. Oh, well. Because, you know, I haven't been there I haven't lived there since I was 18.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, I'm so happy, man, he came back in my life. Because all I knew was his first name. Like, you know, that's the positives of social media.
Wow.
Get reconnected. He's my first best friend ever.
He still lives in Ohio?
I gotta ask him actually. We gotta catch up on the phone. We've both been busy, but I know he does tattoos. He might be one of these guys that travels around. His work is sick, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The tattoos are awesome. Mitchie Boy, you gotta check it out. Mitchie Boy on Instagram. He's on my page. We follow each other.
He's gonna have to give me the Carl Weathers tattoo on the arm.
Oh, dude, you should get it. Hold a little coffee cup.
Yeah.
What type of coffee did Carl drink?
It was some sort of like fancy like latte kind of drink.
Oh yeah.
He would be coming in at maybe like 5:30 in the morning. He was one of those kind of guys.
Well, oh yeah, I could see that training.
He's up, he's working. Yeah, he kept in good shape. He never got all fat, and I don't know how he died, but I mean, like he was pretty healthy all the way through.
I mean, he was getting up there, wasn't he? About 70?
75.
Yeah, 75. I mean,
Black don't crack.
Yeah, that's the going age. He was dude. He was like, I inspired to be like him. That dude had the best physique as anybody on TV that you'd ever see.
It was like kind of a realistic physique. It was like being in shape, but like in like a 70s way.
Was he? He was a bodybuilder and a football player, wasn't he?
I didn't know he was a bodybuilder.
Well, he was in shape like that before people knew how to diet.
Yeah.
That's back when people just made up stuff.
Yeah.
They'd be like, nah, you got to eat rice cakes.
Yeah.
It's like something.
Who was it that was supposed to play Apollo? It was some big name or something, right? And they couldn't get him.
Probably Ron Howard or something when you think.
No, it was like somebody like would be surprised. I can't remember. They were talking about it in the documentary.
Wow.
But then Carl Weathers walked in, and immediately it was like, no, this is the guy.
Morgan Freeman, probably.
Something like that, yeah.
Or like
Sidney Poitier or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the other dude from Pulp Fiction.
I don't know. Was Carl Weathers in something else before Rocky, or was he just a no-name?
I think he was a no-name. I don't know why I thought he was an NFL player.
Yeah, maybe.
Before Rocky.
Even if you were an NFL player back in those days, though, that wasn't like a big deal.
Right.
Because it was like the 70s. So it was like, I think football wasn't even on TV.
Wow.
Or it was like on some bullshit TV.
I live next to a guy, a football player. He played for the Steelers. His name was Nick Bolkovac. Yeah, I don't know his name.
The thing that's funny about like the way athletes are treated now, where it's like you're like being a king.
Yeah.
Even a low-level athlete in the NBA, it's like already automatically a millionaire. But even like good athletes back in the 60s and 70s, it's like being a comic. It's like you still had roommates.
Wow.
You were still on the bus. You still flew commercial, and like during the summer, you still had to like paint houses or something.
So it was like being an MMA fighter today.
Yeah, well, it's like you get a check, but then throughout the year, you're still a working man. You still got to be a plumber or something. And then for those 4 months, it's like I'm going to go play for the, Cleveland Browns or something.
That's how it is with scientists, too. My friend's a scientist. And he's like, yeah, dude, we're not rich. He's like, scientists don't get rich. I work a second job. I do security at nights.
I think your friend's a drug dealer.
No.
Actually, no, but like scientist, you can be.
He's a scientist.
Well, that can mean a lot of things, though. I mean, that means you could work at a lab, or you could be a college professor, or you could be a guy who's just in his garage.
I mean, you got the NASA people, but he's at a lab, and now he's getting more on the business side of it because it's just too much work. I've known
people who work in labs doing like pharmaceutical stuff. It's like you make crazy money.
That's what he's doing.
Oh, well,
he's in labs doing pharmaceutical stuff.
Yeah, I think well, it's just like
it's all about data.
Well, it's like saying how much does a comedian make?
Right, there's all different types.
It can be a lot of things.
You need a major breakthrough.
Some people can do quite a bit, and most people don't do much. But
they just want the data when you're a scientist.
Yeah,
it's funny. We used to run around and throwing toilet paper over people's houses. We used to switch people's porch furniture. That was so funny to us. We'd switch the neighbor's porch furniture and hide across the street in the bushes for like 2 hours for them to see it.
Right.
It's the dumbest thing in the world when you think about it.
And this taste is not getting better.
We didn't have TikTok back then. I just found out a girl I used to date went to prison. She, I guess, I don't know, allegedly tried to murder her husband.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? When I was 18, I dated her. My buddy told me when I was back home.
So she didn't actually get him?
I don't know. I don't know all the details. I think he's still alive.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, dude, then I was at a wedding party, and this just happened, too. When I went back home for the wedding, a girl actually did. My town's crazy, bro. People don't realize Youngstown. So a girl in the bridal party, in my cousin's bridal party, shot and killed her boyfriend and tried to say he was breaking in, and then he woke up out of the coma or whatever, and then he told him, no, she shot me. Then he died.
Whoa.
And she's up for murder now.
Wow.
I was just hanging with her.
Huh.
Yep.
So
she looked like a murderer.
Wow.
We're at the wedding. She's throwing shit on the ground, breaking it now.
So she still went to the wedding?
It was right after the wedding.
Wow.
Yep, she was in the bridesmaid. The wedding was like the end of summer, I think.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yep. It's crazy that people in Youngstown, though. You know, I had a friend in the park, my other best friend, my second best friend. I ran into him recently running. I might have told you this story, but I don't think I ever told it on the podcast. I'm running, and he's like, yo, I was trying to catch up to you. I just thought somebody was chasing me. Straight up, I didn't remember him. And I go, man, yo, I said, how you been? He's like, I've been cool. He just got out of prison, so I'm just robbing people in the park so I get some money. For real.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, man, what'd you go to prison for? And he goes, man, I snapped, I blacked out, ended up killing somebody with my car. And he's like, that's the thing. Like, my uncle always told me, you got to use a vehicle. Don't use a gun. 10 years.
Wow.
And he's like, I did my 10. I'm out now.
Huh.
And then he showed me his gun. He's like, yeah, I picked this up for 100. I'm just out here getting people. And I'm like, I didn't want to snitch on him. He's one of my best friends.
Right.
I just let it be.
Well, he didn't rob you.
Yeah. I just got my truck and left. I often think about that sometimes. Like, should I have been like, yo, my friend's robbing people in the park?
Right. What's the thing, too? It's like all those cars got dash cams on them now, too. You can't even kill people
in
anymore.
The park. Oh, you mean you can't run them over with your car?
We used to be able to run people over.
Well, he ran him over. I ran into him about 5 years ago, so that means he ran him over about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That was before the dash cam. There's probably settings you could unplug that.
Think about how much fucked up footage there is now.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch somebody's last moments.
I know.
They're just getting like backed into it.
And that's the shit that goes viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Did you see that one's going viral? Nobody knows what happened to the girl. She was dancing on a table and she fell and she got this weird face that just paused on her face.
Oh.
Yeah, she like fell on the table and hit her head and she's just like,
huh.
It's just the weirdest thing. Hey, I don't know. I'm happy we got the cell phones, man. Everybody's recording stuff.
Yeah.
It works out. I wonder how much random footage I'm in from doing these cruise ships.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm probably eating burritos. People are always recording.
Wow. Just imagine watching if like you hear that somebody like, because it used to be when somebody would like travel across the country, across the, Atlantic Ocean on a ship, you lose a few people.
Yeah.
A few people, a few sailors always got knocked overboard. And it's like, you say a prayer for them and they're on their way. But now it's just like, you see videos of people falling off a ship.
Yeah. Well, I met a guy, and I don't know if he's bullshitting or not, but he told me that his brother was, like, deep into, like, special investigation type of crimes. And he said that they have satellites in certain places that could really zoom down, and they could see it, but they weren't allowed to have it because it's invasion of privacy. Yeah. So they can't use it in court. But they could actually see who did it. Then they have to, like, solve the case.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how true that is.
I bet it's probably true.
That'd be insane.
Well, there's so much technology that they technically can't use, but like same thing, all that like face recognition stuff. Technically, you're not supposed to use that, but it's like they got the technology, so it's like
they're using it.
They're using it, and then they're just after you solve the crime, you got to backtrack and find a way to prove it in some other way.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you go, it's like your face is being scanned into something.
Yeah. Coming through, you could do it on your phone now for immigration coming into the country. They got one where you could do it on your phone. You'll come right through. They'll be like, "Hey, Dom, go ahead." They just know it pops up.
Oh wow!
It's an app on my phone. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
But you don't really need that global entry anymore if you use that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's different depending on what countries you come from.
Are you feeling this energy drink?
Yeah, I am a little bit. How much more do you got left on yours?
It's a lot more than I was expecting. I don't know how do people drink all of this shit. This is so much to drink. It
tastes terrible.
Yeah, it's not the taste isn't something that like. Usually, it's something that you can kind of like get used to, where like you stop tasting it, but every single sip tastes just like the first sip.
What's yours taste like? I feel like
classic
you got a lot
energy
left
drink
on there.
Yeah.
I've been running through mine actually.
Jesus. Why do people need this much energy?
That's the thing with the
What
energy.
are you even doing?
But you know, I guarantee you, if you ate oatmeal with apple and nuts and cinnamon or something, honey, you're getting more energy from that than you are from this drink.
Yeah.
This
Well, I
is
feel
all
like the people you
commercialized.
see drinking these are end up being like, it's a security guard at the mall. And
Yeah,
it's like, what are you trying to get all jittery for? Doing, guarding the gap.
smoking cigarettes. It's like, bro, you ain't running nowhere.
Yeah.
What about all the kids drinking Starbucks all nowadays, man?
Yeah.
You see that all the time. It's crazy. I see 9-year-olds walking around with Starbucks.
Yeah. Kids drinking all this sugar and then like being on TikTok for 7 hours.
Well,
And then they're trying to figure out why they have anxiety.
it's like that, like what you say about our neighborhood. 3-year-olds with a 2-liter of soda.
Yeah. It's a soda as big as your fucking head. And just like, get them started early.
I don't think kids drink milk nowadays. I remember we had to drink milk growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think in schools they give you milk anymore.
Yeah, I remember we'd be like, make sure you finish your milk.
Yeah. In retrospect, I don't think that wasn't good for us.
Yeah, there's probably nothing good with that. You know what I noticed too now? Families are more loving. Like they show love now. It's okay to show love. Back when we were growing up, that wasn't normal for your dad to be hugging you and stuff.
It was always a couple weird kids.
Yeah.
Or it's like you could tell this kid's got too much love.
Yeah.
It's like there's
Just too happy.
There's no heart. Yeah.
Why are you laughing so hard? That joke wasn't that funny.
Toughen up.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but it's also just the kid who just starts crying randomly, who's like in touch with his emotions and stuff. And it's like, come on, 7 years old.
Yeah, I went to school with some kids like that before.
Yeah, go wash your face.
Yeah, go play in the dirt. Get a little tough.
It's not good for kids like that, for little kids to become like too sensitive too early, I think.
Well, that's what happens with those real rich kids that never really have to actually do anything. I think that really weighs on them when they're about 22 or 23. You can't tell them nothing.
Well, I think kids are going to therapy from like age 7 now.
Right.
So they're like learning all the therapy speak about like, your boundaries and my, I don't have the brainwave for this right now. And they're talking like that now.
Well, I think we had therapy, at least I did, but it was Mr. Rogers. I used to watch Mr. Rogers all day.
The only therapy I had was like speech therapy because I had a lisp or something. Or they make you talk about, the ship with the socks and the this and that. And like you have to do some sort of weird rhyme for a couple hours after school and they give you a cookie for it.
Now, were you ever allowed to like lash out and show anger at home, or was that forbidden?
Nah. I mean, it didn't even come up. I wasn't like an angry kid.
Well, what would happen when you were mad? You go play the piano or something?
I was doing sports or something.
Yeah.
So, by the time you get home, you work all that stuff out.
Yeah.
But I was never like, there was no like, we're sitting down and we're talking this out kind of stuff.
I grew up very Americanized. Me and my brother, dude, I seen some home videos. I feel terrible. My mother would just be like, Dominic, I'd be like, what?
I did a little bit of that.
I was like that.
Yeah. But you weren't like, were you punching holes in the wall and stuff?
No, that was more my brother.
Yeah.
I used to make weird faces and visualize, like, punching people, I guess.
Yeah.
I used to visualize bad things happening to me in my room when I'd get mad. I'd be like, oh, yeah, then I'm going to fight him. I'd be like that. I'd be throwing punches. Come on.
It was like we're watching Rocky when you're a little kid.
Oh, my God.
And the thing that you look up to isn't necessarily when Rocky's winning. It's just when Rocky's getting the shit beat out of him by Drago.
Taking the blows.
just walking forward and just getting, like, rocked. And you're like, that's going to be me someday. I'm going to get the shit beat out of me by a Russian guy.
I still get hyped with Rocky.
Yeah. How could you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clubber Lang.
Even watching Creed and stuff, it still, like, tickles the same part of your brain.
A little bit.
Yeah. The training sequence.
It kind of gets you a little, but nothing like that Stallone, boy.
Yeah.
That used to get me. I think that's part of the reason why I boxed, actually. Yeah, I mean, I used to just be eating Doritos, throwing punches. Even before I boxed, I just randomly threw punches. I memorized every word to Rocky. I would talk like him. Yeah, I used to do that a lot in my family. So my mother, it made sense why she's like, watch you hang out with. I was a natural follower.
I wonder if the kids these days, though, they don't have that kind of movie to look up to. They don't got Rocky like that.
I mean, they got
it's
Creed.
all just like, no, but even then, it's like kids aren't in. Creed is for guys like us.
Yeah.
Little kids aren't watching Creed.
Yeah,
Little
true.
kids are watching Iron Man and like some anime bullshit,
Yeah, if that.
but they
I
don't have
know.
like that kind of thing where they're
You know
looking
what
up.
little kids are watching? Actually, other kids play with toys on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. They're watching unboxing videos or something.
That's who, that person's gonna be famous one day, and then when they're older, it's gonna be their favorite unboxing guy.
Yeah.
Hippie the Honimus is coming out with a new unboxing.
Yeah. Watching a guy unbox action figures or something.
That's so huge. The pig one.
Yeah.
My brother's kids, I think they watch other kids play with toys.
Wow. I'm so glad we missed out on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could watch the same. We could watch Bloodsport.
You,
20th time.
yeah, Bloodsport was great. You ever just set down your phone and just chill in silence? I've been doing that recently.
You've had a lot of time to do that.
Well, even when I'm here, like, I'm just like, dude, it's nice to not have a TV on,
Yeah.
not have a phone on.
Uh-huh. I feel like it's kind of sad how quickly. I don't know if it's just like you get worn out or like algorithm stuff, but even TikTok, it feels like it's running out of stuff.
Yeah.
It's trying to throw new stuff at me, but I'm not like it's not catching the same way it used to.
I wonder if they had to change that on purpose because kids were getting sick.
I feel like the algorithm. I mean, there's just not. You always feel like there's infinite TikTok videos, and there's always going to be new ideas coming at you. But I feel like the world only has so many ideas. You can only see enough fight videos before eventually you just stop. It doesn't really have the same juice anymore.
I agree with you. I'm burned out on TikTok too.
Yeah. How many asses can you look at?
What do you think's coming up next? VR, virtual reality. Basically, it's any way that they could separate us from our loved ones more. That's what the next.
Well, it's always going to
creation's
be
gonna
more short videos. Short videos are always going to be a thing.
But they got to up it from TikTok. How you going to beat TikTok? You got to be in TikTok to beat it now.
Well, I think what's going to happen now is like more and more people are getting, because there is a certain level of phone that you need to make a decent looking video.
Yeah.
That's still acceptable enough to go viral. Where I think now more and more people in Africa are getting phones.
Yeah.
And people in like rural India. And it's like we're going to find out the people who are going viral are those guys now.
True.
Because
The
those
uniqueness.
guys who just got the phone, who it's like they're boiling up. Because now you know what it's like making content for Instagram. You're burnt constantly your tank is constantly at empty. You're always trying to grab for ideas just because like it's only regular people only have so much to say. But it's like it's going to be some kid in like Uganda or something who's just going to be like killing it.
Yeah, because the people that are going viral now, it's a lot more how they look. It'll be somebody, and every video is about that story. So I lost half my jaw.
Yeah, but the thing is, they go viral, and then a week later, they're trying to do that same video, and it's not hitting. Everybody gets their one chance.
It's kind of sad that if they do get it, because those people are still having fun that don't have phones. Like, I was in Mexico. I seen these kids. They were having a blast. They're running around. They were spraying spray foam on each other. It's like, I mean, sure, it's probably got asbestos. It's not healthy for them. But
give those kids a soccer ball. They'll play soccer for fucking 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, I mean, those kids were literally playing with insulation foam, and they were having a great time.
Well, it's just like you watch. It's like my nephew's when he was like 2 years old, and you're trying to buy him a bunch of toys, and he's like, you're not into it.
Yeah.
But then he sees like my water bottle, and I give him the water bottle, and he's just playing with the water bottle for like 5 days straight.
Yeah.
And this is like the most fun in the world. That's because that's like when little kids find something that they find exciting, it's like they don't actually need the phone.
It's like when you have a cat and it just sits in the box.
Yeah.
It won't play with the thing.
Yeah. That's what's gonna come next.
I'm done with the stuff, dude. I used to be so bored. I'd draw, I'd paint, I'd play with change, I'd invent games. Me and my buddies would make up games.
Yeah.
It's crazy when them phones really, I'd say, I don't know, probably for me, I don't know, I guess texting. We were just texting people, I guess. Because even the first iPhone, we still were able to set that thing down.
Right.
Now I'm always picking my thing up and I'm looking like, oh, what's this or what's that?
Well, you think you're going to miss out on something.
Yeah. And there ain't shit to miss out on.
You're not missing out on much.
I want to go back to having real fun, painting.
Yeah. I'm doing all kinds of stuff like that now.
I used to be able to catch quarters off my elbow. You know how long it took me to learn that trick?
Yeah, I don't think that's coming back.
I should do that on TikTok. Or the thing where you flip them up and catch them.
Yeah.
I
These
think
are all like ways that you impress like a 16-year-old girl.
Nah, dude, that would impress. You know, that's some shit Steven Seagal
But I mean,
would
no,
do.
that's like that's at a party, at a fucking frat party, where it's like, hey, look what I can do.
If I did it
When you don't know how to start a conversation with the girl, and he's just, I'm gonna stand in the corner and I'm gonna do this weird trick with my elbow.
I'm telling you, I got so good, it would impress anybody.
No, I'm saying it is impressive, but that is the kind of skill that you learn at that age, just because you want to start a conversation.
Yeah, and you can't dance.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, listen, I know I'm a little different.
Yeah, check what my elbows can do.
Yeah, they had a couple Steven Seagal movies on the plane. I'd never tuned into a Steven Seagal.
One like the recent ones?
No, these couldn't have been. I don't even know the names of them. Dude, it's whoever edited these Steven Seagal flicks, bro. It's insane because, no, he was younger. He was skinny. He was
like Under Siege around there?
He had his hair pulled back.
Yeah.
Had to be completely ad-libbed. There's no way anybody wrote these lines he's saying. And then, two, dude, there's so many parts when he's saying lines and it's a close-up on his face and the girl, and his lips aren't even moving.
Yeah.
And then there's the opposite where he's not saying nothing, but his lips are moving.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing.
He still does all these movies overseas in like the Ukraine, where he's just like, it's like an action movie, but he's not in shape enough to do anything. So it's just like he moves his wrist, and the guy goes flying. Yeah.
I seen a clip of that on TikTok, I think.
Yeah, he's doing Aikido and stuff.
You know, it's his movie's almost like the one that we shot. I bet you they were just like, hey, we're shooting a Steven Seagal movie in the next 4 hours.
Well, I think you like, if you just give him a check for $5,000, it's like you get Steven Seagal for a day.
Yeah.
So it's like, we better film as much as you can and then film a movie around that footage and try to put it all together.
Put two movies together.
Yeah, right. The president's been kidnapped.
Yeah, that is the truth, too.
And you figure out what to do.
Now throw this guy. I love those old movies, man. There's nothing like them.
Yeah.
Warriors.
Well, what was cool with those old movies, especially with like when Van Damme and Seagal were making like 4 movies a year, all those movies, they were so serious.
Yeah.
They weren't in on the joke. Because nowadays, when Van Damme, he made that TV show on Amazon or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, isn't it funny? I'm Van Damme, and I'm still trying to do this, and I'm like an old piece of shit. But it's like, no, in the 80s, Bloodsport was completely serious.
He'd be doing them splits, remember, on the chairs.
What was the other movie he did? It was
Kickboxer.
Kickboxer, yeah.
He had Legionnaire. He's got some people don't even know about.
But Kickboxer, that is played completely straight.
Yeah.
If he made that movie now, it would be like kind of winking.
All oiled up. Yeah, he'd have to. That little thong underwear he's wearing, his little ass was all thonged.
Yeah.
His ass was in every movie. It was like something in the contract.
He's fighting all these just Asian stereotypes.
Remember Lionheart?
Yeah. All those movies are the same. It's the same plot, but they always have the same beats and the same everything and like really intense music. But yeah, it takes itself so seriously that you still want to watch it and get into it.
I still want to go to Hong Kong just because of Bloodsport.
That
would be the dopest.
Go fight some people.
Have you never been to Hong Kong, have you? Or you been there?
I've been there briefly. Right, I got out of there.
Isn't that where Bloodsport's from?
I thought Bloodsport was like out in like the country or something, right?
Oh, no, remember he goes in the basement?
Wait, yeah. The Bloodsport is like, it was like Mortal Kombat kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like a big tournament. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's what Hong Kong looks like now.
Oh, yeah, probably not as cool.
Hong Kong is like Manhattan now.
Wow.
It's like I have energy and like I can feel my hands moving more, but like my brain isn't moving faster at the same speed as my hands.
Yeah, I don't notice any energy, to be honest with you.
Man. I feel like I'm going to feel this in like 7 hours.
When you try to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go to the gym for like 2 hours later tonight.
It's crazy. I just seen a TikTok. A girl was drinking a lot of Jaeger and Red Bull. Is that the Jaeger bomb?
Yeah.
And had a heart attack from all them Jaeger bombs.
Oh, really?
Yep. She's like, guys, don't do Jaeger bombs all night at the bar.
I never got into doing like energy drink alcohol. To me, in my mind, those are completely different motivations,
right,
for wanting to get hyped up and drunk at the same time.
Oh, dude, those were huge though back in the day.
Oh my god,
I just didn't do that because Jaeger tastes terrible.
Yeah, it's gross. But you feel bad too. It's like the hangover is worse,
right?
And it's like, yeah,
you need an infliction shirt.
You're still like aware.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you don't lose the awareness, but you're just talking to some girl and you just feel your mouth moving.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck am I saying?
Yeah, these are buckle jeans.
All right.
I know the girl that works there.
No, I'm thinking about majoring in biology, but
Yeah,
you know,
I'll hook you
it's
up.
hard. Yeah, we'll talk.
My buddy's actually a promoter at this
Yeah,
point.
I think I'm gonna do comedy.
That's the way to go, though. You get a little bar in a small town, start promoting it.
Yeah.
You know, get that energy drinks going. They're gonna stay all night drinking. I'm still very confident in the fact if some bar guy would get a driver and a bus route, I think he would be making a killing.
Yep. Well, the thing is, too, I feel like you don't even need the bar. All you really need is the bus. You just get the bus. I think party bus really is underutilized as like a...
Oh, you mean drinking on the actual
Yeah.
bus? Yeah, I've done a couple of those party buses.
Because the fun part is the bus. It's not like getting there.
Right.
You're just at a bar at that point.
Yeah, dude. You're right. The bus would be the fun part. There should be more party buses going around.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure like there's probably some legalities to getting drunk in a moving vehicle.
But if there's the drive, no, I mean those party buses are legal because you get drunk in them. That's the whole point of them.
But like, what happens if the bus crashes or something?
Well, the driver can't be drunk.
No, but I mean, like, you still got to be strapped into something, right?
No, they don't. You're not strapped in on those. We rented them a couple times. It was our thing. We used to do it was like $100 a person.
All right.
We'd get like 20 people, and we'd have this huge party bus or 15 people. We'd take it to Pittsburgh and stuff.
Wow.
Yep. It'd just be a party the whole way there. Disco lights going for $100, and that's it. All the alcohol's there. You're good to go.
What happens when you get there?
You just bring the alcohol with you, so you're not buying it. You get there, and then you just go to another bar and drink some more.
Go to a strip club or something at the end, or
I guess so. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing.
it's funny because
I've never been to a good strip club in my life. No.
Yeah, me neither.
Have you ever even seen we'd have to. Me and you should take the podcast to one of those real good ones down in Houston or Atlanta. Them girls with them big asses.
Where it's like rappers and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I think once we get to like, you got to be at Shane Gillis money
to get that.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't want to. My first experience to go to a nice strip club, I wanted to actually have walk in with some money.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I really want to be like throwing cash around. And stuff.
Yeah, I want to go to. Wait, you've never been to? Oh yeah, but you've been to regular.
I've been to like shithole strip clubs.
Right.
So it's like
I got dragged into
coupons
one.
or something.
A friend of mine in New York is getting married. He got married on a whim. He met some girl who's a UPS driver, and he met this girl. Ended up wanting to marry her like 3 weeks later, and he had nobody to go to the strip club with. So he took me, and it was the most like low down, just nastiest strip club ever.
It was in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York in Times Square too.
Oh yeah.
He was having the time of his life. I'm looking around like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. They got a strip club. There used to be more strip clubs in New York City, I think, in like the 80s.
There's some hidden ones too. Back then.
But I mean, Times Square back then was like the strip club,
I was here
porn
once.
shop area. But like nowadays, there's only like a couple strip clubs in Times Square that are like upstairs somewhere.
Yeah.
But all the strip clubs are like way out. It's like Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah.
Or Jackson Heights or something.
All of Times Square was different. I came once. That's why I fell in love with New York.
Yeah.
I think I was like 7 years old. You'd see people holding stacks of money 5 inches thick, all hundreds.
Yeah.
Rolling dice, dude. You'd see it would be sex shop, strip club, sex shop, peep show, just everything like that.
But nowadays, it's funny because there are still strip clubs, but it's just like, it's almost like a massage parlor kind of shady vibe. And there's strip clubs. I haven't actually been. Someone's telling me, and like you go out way out in Queens, like Cypress Hills. It's like East New York, basically.
Yeah.
And they're saying like, you're just at like some lady's house.
Wow.
It's just like a private strip club.
Dude, that is crazy.
Or it's almost straight up like, like an Old West whorehouse kind of vibe.
What?
Like trap house.
I wouldn't even feel safe in that situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, they could just kill you, take your kidneys.
That's the kind of strip club where I bet like they're serving food and it's just like home plate.
Yeah, some Doritos.
But it's probably like, chicken spaghetti or something, and it's just like off of somebody, just like someone's mother is giving you
the stripper's grandma
yeah,
giving it to you.
it's a roast con
She got
pollo.
little nipple tassels on.
Yeah,
This is homemade now, sweetie.
yeah, you're watching somebody's regular TV.
Yeah.